What's up, YouTubers, one and all? Mine's Fit1987. We're doing part 2 of the Transformers Earthspark ranking of all figures, numbers 35 through 27. We're done yesterday, in the last video. So, this video, we are doing numbers 26 through whatever we get to within the half-hour limit we usually put these videos in. So, first up is number 26 and 25. Might as well just both do these together. If I can actually get this on. Not great. Alright, I'm gonna have to. There we go. Now, just click them down. So yes, we are taking a look at number 26 and 25, Nova Storm and Skywarp, respectively. I had to get these from a Cyberverse 4-pack, so they are not at all accurate to the show at all. That's one thing that drops them low. The second thing that drops them low is that they're warrior class, which means their articulation kind of sucks for at the time. And third and foremost, this is actually Thrust. I just had to rename it to Nova Storm just because of the yellow wings. Skywarp is the one that actually is one number lower just because she's actually more accurate to the show in terms of the color scheme. Mostly. So, yeah, and they both pretty much transform the exact same. Also, yes, Holly has this figure, so they do this. Their arms also go upwards and downward. We're not doing articulation, we're just doing transformation and whatnot. The articulation isn't the greatest, to be honest. They do have a head joint, so there's something. They have something going for them, but there's not exactly... They're not as great as Starscream will be when we get to them. So... yeah, and transforming them is just, like, it's just really simply just, it's a real simple transformation. Like, not even inconvenience. Not even an inconvenience at all. And also, I like to turn around the head that way. Now, for Cybertron, now you can keep the jet modes folded up like this, but why would you? I think it looks a little better to... flip them out. So there's Nova Storm. You can still see the screen, right?
Yeah, I can.
All right, and let's just activate Skywarp. Excuse me, as well. Now I also have Thundercracker in his correct blue. However, he's not part of this, so yeah. Also, they got a little bit of a thigh swivel because just a tiny little bit because of the ball joint, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, there really isn't much to these figures. It's just simply fold them up, fold them back, done. Starscream is way more advanced, which is why he's going to be higher on the list. I forgot how higher exactly. I do know that I just basically made this list last night based on my preferences, but yeah. I do like the red tinge on here, but it's just not exactly the greatest. So, there's that. Number 24 is the Quintesson Judge. Alright, I will say this. This is the first figure that we are not transforming, period. The reason why is just because it is just, I don't want to break this. This is also going to the Fire Brothers. Yes, those Fire Brothers. So I will not be transforming this, like, at all. However, I will show you face swap gimmick. And some of them have opening mouths. Not all of them. This one's my favorite face of them all. Deaf. And for Earthspark, I'm going to say that they nailed 2 out of the 5 faces on this thing. Because the Earthspark show, for what they did, it's just not the greatest. It's not. So, that's number 24. Number 23 is the Quintesson Executioner. But it's not really because there's no such thing as a figure for that. So instead, I'm using the Quintesson High Commander from Transformers 1. Which also kind of turns into the spaceship a little bit from both the show and the movie, so it's fine. It's honestly fine. And
Yeah.
he comes with a cube, an Energon cube, which is a spoiler for Transformers 1 if you have not seen the movie yet. If you haven't seen the movie, what are you doing? So, yeah, the transformation is... It's a little bit, intricate for a quintesson of all figures. If I could even go in, there you go. These are supposed to kind of collapse inwards, and all of this goes up into place. It's a very finagled mess, I gotta say. But the result is actually a figure I kind of like. Though I don't understand why it's not doing exactly everything for the transformation. This is why some of these videos will take longer than others, because they... Was that just my audio out there?
Huh?
I just heard my audio on your screen. No, it's gone now. It's gone now.
Okay, good.
So, yeah, this is a ship now. This is a ship when it's all done. And yes, it gets sucked through this thing right here. This is where you can put the cube in the alt mode, which is kind of where you store it in a robot mode too, so... Yeah, I like this. I really do like this. And, remember, I think Judgment Day is one of my favorite part 2-parters, because it's just how bonkers it is.
Yeah.
So I think my favorite 2-parter will always be Home, just because of just how it really just changed the show entirely for me. My least favorite 2-parter will always be Witwicky, because half of it didn't even need to exist. So there's that. Alright, so that's the number 23 spot. Number 22 spot, we are going with Grimlock. This is another one I refuse to transform. But it's not because I'm going to break it. No. I hate the transformation. That is why it's this low on the list. I hate the transformation on Grimlock. As much as I love the look and the design of the character, especially in toy form, I hate this transformation so much. That is why I'm not transforming it. So, yeah. I'm not going through that hassle on screen. Moving on. Number 21 is Shockwave.
Huh.
And by the way, I've also seen that you can put this gun with Mandroid, and I think that actually looks a lot better on him. What the hell? It's supposed to resemble the Immobilizer a little bit from the show, but not really. But yeah, the point is, this is Shockwave, and it's just a Cyberverse figure, just repainted as something different. And I like it, but it's because of this very inaccuracy that I just do not like the figure a lot more than the next 20 spots. So we're just gonna, once again, transform it. And also, the chest is the hardest part of the transformation. It's stiff as hell. Yeah, he just basically turns into a crap tank, which, to be fair, is kind of the approximate alt mode of the show. But it doesn't look like the Cyberverse rendition. It looks like an original rendition of the tank like it just doesn't exactly work the same anymore. And then these just kind of just flip around and just do nothing. So really the main transformation is in the arms and the chest, and then just kind of flipping this around and like that's it. That's literally the alt mode. Plus these. Plus these. So that's it. That's the alt mode. It's not the best, to be honest, especially for Shockwave. This is why I prefer the War for Cybertron / Fall Cybertron design, which Transformers 1 kind of took cues for the alt mode, which I do like. So then we're going on to spot number 19, Skull Cruncher. I like this figure, but this the weird joints that kind of just throw it off for me. That and the fact that it's a headmaster, which is not what happened in the show. However, he is in Earthspark scale, so I guess it's good enough for me. He also includes a second gun. I'm not pulling that out. We're just going straight to alt mode. And yes, he turns into a crocodile just like the show. So at least there's some winning there. Why do I have a link? But I sometimes ask this hypothetically within my Let's Build videos, but why do I suddenly have a Linkin Park Linkin Park song in my head? And no, it is not the ones that you've heard. It's like the obscure ones that you haven't heard yet, because I don't really like tell you, hey, listen to all these songs and tell me what you think, you know? And yeah, this transformation is easy, but it's a bit annoying, especially with all the... Yeah, just... There we go. That's better. That's better. And then these really just don't pop into place. They just kind of just sit there. It's very annoying. It's very annoying. They just sit there.
Yeah.
And then things just pop off, because that's what this toy does. This toy just tests your patience.
Mm-hmm.
It's not exactly like Grimlock levels of hatred, because let's be honest, no other figure on this list will ever get to that limit, which is why I'm not doing it for that. But yeah, that's basically the crocodile mode, and then of course you just plug the tail in. Which I do like, it is on like a swivel peg, that way you can actually, you know, swing the tail around. And he gets real big in his alt mode, I'm not gonna lie. This is actually kind of good enough for scale with other figures in alt mode, so I do like this. Number 18 is our first actual Terran. And I'm sorry to say, my least favorite Terran figure. Yeah. Yeah, I knew you wouldn't like that one. My least favorite Terran figure is Jawbreaker. I think he is just... And it's not the fault of the character in the show, though I do have problems with that version of the figure as well, as character as well. It's just it's just not really, he's not fun. Like, yes, he's a good transformation-ish, but like all the Terrans clearly just clear him.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely better than his whatchamacallit. He's better than his warrior class variant. I will say that.
Hmm.
And yeah, there's that crazy click of oh, you gotta push that back and whatnot. It's just, there's just so many things that can just go wrong with this figure if you're not careful. And that's just one of the things. It's just like, yes, the figure is good in terms of better than the warrior class, but there is no way that this figure is good than the rest of the figures in the entire show.
Right.
There's just so much wrong with this. You gotta fold it up all the way, and it's just a pain, and honestly. It really is. It's because there's so much finagling you have to do, and by the time it's over, it's just like, why? I'm keeping Jawbreaker because this is a rare character. Like, this is one of those characters that you're not gonna see in any media for a while unless people start liking Earthspark again. Which, due to the controversy and everything for the past couple years, I doubt people actually want new figures of this stuff. I mean, I would like to see like core class renditions of stuff like of people like Twitch and Thrash, but like accurate scale characters based off the show, I don't think we're getting that for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's just there's just so much wrong with this figure. I'm sorry. Because I'm trying to find some good out of it, but it's just, I do like the fact that the eyes are pink, just like accurately, unlike the warrior class, and I do like, but it's just that's just Jawbreaker, and he's just, there's all the other Terrans are just so much better than him. So that's number 18. Number 17 is Nightshade. And this one is, once again, it's kind of, they're kind of lackluster. However, it's not as lackluster and frustrating and boring as Jawbreaker is. Nightshade is basically the better, I guess, option of the two that we have. And I do like their wings, but let's be honest, I don't understand why Nightshade had to come with the body of Mandroid of all things. And their face. Their face really just brings the figure down for me. Like, look at that thing. They just look like they just, I don't even know what they saw. They just definitely saw something they weren't supposed to. That's the face that they're making. The owl mode though, The owl mode is probably one of my favorite things of this figure because it's so unique. But like in terms of the figure in robot mode and also kind of the character within season 2 at least, I like them in season 1. Don't get me wrong. I really do like them in season 1. But in season 2, they just are turned into a joke, like an actual joke. They aren't fun to watch in the show. And that's just terrible, honestly. But nevertheless, the transformation is actually fun, simple, and what you get in the end, I like this. I really do like this owl mode. So number 16 is hashtag. And the reason why she is halfway on this list is because of how much of a letdown this final figure is for the figures that I'm collecting for Earthspark. This is one of the last figures I collected because I got her off of eBay. And let me be honest, she is such a letdown for what's essentially a 2025 figure in the same wave as Soundwave. She is such a letdown in the articulation and the paint apps and just she did not get the exact budget as Soundwave did. I'm just gonna say that. I do like her weapons and I do like her transformation is a lot more filled out than her warrior class Takara variant. But I'm gonna be honest, this is as far as I'm going to like this figure because yes, she's good, but she just is lacking more articulation. And it's just kind of a letdown when you collect her like as one of the last figures. But that being said, though, I actually do like the figure, though. I can't lie and say that I don't like the figure because I like the transformation. I like the fact that you can use the pickaxe as an actual pickaxe, or you can turn it into a crossbow. Like, it's just that type of fun to it. It's not total fun, but it's fun enough to where I'm like, yeah, this is good enough for me. I did this wrong. Hold on. She does have some quality issues, of course. And, yes, you can store her gun in here. It's actually not a bad spot to put it in, to be honest. Like, I do like her vehicle mode storage, and her axe in the back, kind of like a big tow hitch, is a big plus. It is a big plus to the figure. So I do like this. I do recommend it, but get it for retail. Don't get it early like I did. Sorry if Jawbreaker's my least favorite of the Terran figures.
That's fine.
I'm still keeping him though because I mean, it's Earthspark figures, so you ain't gonna get these much anymore after the toy line is done. And to be honest, I don't think anyone wants to buy like Earthspark figures anymore. So like, it's not a big deal. It's really not a big deal. So I can basically keep the figures. Also, Mom really should be leaving us alone for the call, so, like, there isn't gonna be anything where she's gonna be calling, like, say, hey, do chores or whatnot. Because I already told her, leave me alone today. I do like this leg flip and whatnot. I do like the gold-ish wheels on her. I thought these were green, but they're kind of more goldish, if anything. Okay, well, they're a little green, but they're not totally green like the stock images say. She is a bit of a puzzle to get through, but once you get it, she does end up looking a lot more clean. She actually has a filled out back of the truck instead of like what the warrior class does. And yes, they're kind of kibble falling out, like visible head syndrome. But I do like this vehicle. I really do. I really do like hashtag. I just wish I bought her at a cheaper price point. But considering the fact I can't really go to stores like Target or whatnot, and they don't really have that stuff around my area, I had to buy it offline. There was no other way. And that basically just leads us to spot 15, which we will stop for now because we're going to be probably doing the last 15 spots in the next two videos. So, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hope you consider clicking notifications so it'll be up there and all updates and videos. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as always, till all are one.